let's go. First of all, create a top line, then mark your, from the top line, mark your horizontal measurements, your vertical measurements, rather. So from here to here, we'll be having our arm hole, which is, I'll be using 7.5, 7.5, mark that all through, 7.5. From here also, we're marking our, take the measurement of the client, we're marking our bust points, our bust point, shoulder to bust point is 11 and a half. Mark our 11 and a half here. Okay, 11 and a half. Take that all through to paper. Also, from the shoulder to mark our under bust. Our under bust for this client is 15.75. She's really busty. We have 15.75 here. 15.75. Also for our half length, which is our waist measurements, we have 17. The distance is not really much, but let's still mark it so that we can use it for our under bust and our busty measurements. It's because this client is very, very busty. Our bust is size 43. So connect these lines together. This is our bust point, shoulder to bust point. Under bust. Now waistline. So our shoulder measurements is 14 and a half. 14 and a half divided by 2 is 7.25. So mark as 7.25 here. Can still take it down if you want. Connect it. So we'll leave that one aside because we are going to be taking some dust from the shoulder. So let's go down to our space is not equal. So it doesn't equal. I'm reading a straight line. And this is for the center front. Let's make it equal. Okay, now so at the chest line, this is the chest line. At the chest line or at the bust point, I'm going to mark a straight line up. That will be the nipple to nipple measurement of bust point to bust point. For this lady is 7.5, but she's actually 43, so I'm going to use 4 for her, for at that distance. So I'm going to use 4. Or if it's a smaller bust like size 36, 34, 35, 23, you can use 3.5 or 3.75. So mark the 4 all through. Mark the 4 all through the lines to the waistline and connect. Connect the lines. After that, now this is the center front, this is the side. So towards the center front, you can mark 1 inch, 1.5. This, if you like, towards the center front, you can mark 1 inch. Towards the center front, you can mark 1 inch or 1.5. But we, for her, because she's actually busty, so I'm not going to mark anything at this space here. I'm going to leave it like this, like so. So I'm going to take 2 inches towards the side, 2 inches towards the side. I'm mark the same 2 inches at the under bust too. Now connect these 2 lines together. Now at this under bust, I'll connect this line, make a curve connecting back to the bust point. That's how I do it. You can use your French curve if you want. I'm using my hand to make a curve. So now we have our bust shape here. So to get the shoulder depth, first of all, we make our width, the width of our neck, which is 4. I'm giving her 4. Doesn't have to be too wide, so I can take it down. So my neck, I'm giving her 4. Why the depth as the length of the neck? Let's give her 4. So let's square it. I'm still going to shape. I think I'll give her a sweetheart neckline. I'm shaping it. Let's sweetheart or so. At this point now, okay, fine. Let's do the shoulder. Now remember that with, our shoulder length is 7.25. So from here to this place here, after shaping the neck, from this point starting from shape of the neck to the end of your shoulder length, like we have 3.25. 3.25 divided by 2. Divide this length by 2. We have 1.6. We have 1.6 here. At this point, connect this point to this point here. Connect this point to this point. So we are trying to create our shoulder dart here. That's running from the shoulder. Sorry. That's running from the shoulder. So but we're still going to create a dart here because we cannot leave it like this. So towards the side, take towards the neck, take half an inch. While towards the armhole, that's towards the side of the shoulder, you take 1 inch. So that will be 1.5 all through. So we have towards the neck, we are taking half an inch. Then towards the armhole, we are taking 1 inch. Connect these 2 points down to the shoulder, and we end up having 2 panels at the end of the day. I hope this is straightforward at this point. I will run the explanations again. Connect this line, connect this new line, 1 inch back to that point again. Now this is to create this is to avoid any bulging around the shoulder. Once you're taking this dart, it's going to make sure the shoulder is relaxed towards the chest line. It is relaxed. Now that you're taking this part, remember that our the rest of the shoulder is actually 3.25. So we're taking 1.5 out of this shoulder shoulder measurement now. Sorry, after the shoulder measurement. So we have to put back the 1.5 inch back to the measurement. So we're taking 1.5 out of the shoulder measurement now. So we need to put back the 1.5 inch back. So all we just need to do is at this point here, because we are cutting this space out, so we are cutting this space out, so we cannot start measuring. So let's start measuring from here towards the armhole. So we put back our 1.5 inch back and add our to be on the safer side. You can end up trimming it at the end of the day. You can add 1 more inch to it. So that'll be what 1.5 inch plus 1 inch. So that'll be what 2.5 inches. We have to connect this line back. Remember our armhole. So that will be what's here. So just measure from here to here, which is what almost 9. Connect it back here. So create a line just for a guide, so that we can create our angle. Don't forget our slanting slope. We take 1 inch down to create our slope. Connect it back. Then we form our angle from there. We've gotten our bust dart, and we take our bust measurements from here. Our bust circumference is for 3 inches. For 3 inches divided by 4, we have 10.75. So mark your 10.75. And also mark it down too, because this is also the bust line. Don't forget, it's the bust line here. So connect. And you can connect your armhole, just curve it. You can use your French curve if you want. Remember, we've not added our allowance, so it's going to look small here. So after taking the bust measurement, we take our waistline measurement. Our waistline measurement is 41 inches. 41 divided by 4, we have 10.25. So we'll mark our 10.25 here too. Mark our 10.25. Connect. So we're taking 2 inches here. So definitely we need to add back the 2 inches. Also add our allowances to be on the safer side. We're going to add our 0.5 inches allowances at the joining of this one too. Joining of the bustier. So you're adding, I'm going to be adding 2.5 allowance. 2 inches at the bust. Then for the neck, let's go closer. For the neck, and decide to shaping it how you like, or I take it down. So our busting shoulder pattern is ready. It's simple, straightforward, and very easy to understand. So this is just for the front. For the back measurements, it's just going to be your normal back measurements, your waistline, your shoulder line, and that's it, and your normal dart. If you want your dart to run from the shoulder, just do this simple step. But remember, you're not doing any curves at the back. So please take note of that because the back doesn't have any curves. So yes, so from here, I would like to explain again. We have our shoulder line here. We didn't shape in our shoulder line because we needed to add a dart on the shoulder line. Now we took 1.5 inch from the shoulder so that we can make sure the shoulder doesn't create any bulge, so that the shoulder can relax at the chest level. So the same 1.5 inch that we removed as a dart, we transferred it back to the other side of towards the armhole, so that when you join your shoulder panel together, you will not be left left with this shortage of fabrics. So there will be enough allowance for you. And once your shoulder is even more than the shoulder measurement, you can end up trimming. So you're actually on the safer side. So there's more allowance. So make sure you use your shoulder measurements and calculate. If you remove 2 inches at the dart, make sure you put your 2 inches back towards the shoulder measurement and towards the armhole. Now to the bust panel, to the bust dart, as you can see, we've used 4 inches for her nipple to nipple measurements because she's very busty. Nipple to nipple measurement, both sides is size 43. Nipple to nipple measurement. So we took the 4 inches at the waistline, at the under bust, and at the bust point. We took it as a straight line. After doing that, we went towards the side, not towards the side, this is towards the center front. This is towards the center front. Towards the side, we took 2 inches inward towards the side because she's busty. If is a size 36 or size 20, 34 or smaller bust, you can use 1.5 inches. But since she's busty, she's size 43, size 40 upward, use 2 inches to 2.5. It will help to shaping the under bust inside for it for and when once you pad it, is going the bust is going to be very firm like that. So you take 2 inches, and this is just for the bust to have a nice shape, to give it a nice curve and a nice shape inwards. Mine did not really go inside like that, but it's definitely still going to stand. Once I start putting the stay and the wording, everything will stand firm like that. So 2 inches is okay. So we took 2 inches inside. Now you see some tutorials where they still will use they go towards the center front, they take like 1 inch inwards to if you like, it's not really necessary, but this is okay. So afterwards we joined from here, then from the under bust we connected back just to give it the shape of the bust, connected back towards the bust point. This is the bust point here. I'm going to label everything. This is the under bust UB, this is the waistline, and this is the chest line. So like that. So after connecting it, we stopped here. So we now went to the shoulder line. We went to the shoulder line here. So from this point where we measured the shape of the wideness of our neck, where we measured the wideness of our neck, it was here. So from here, we measured the rest of our, the rest from here, wideness of our neck, starting from wideness of our neck, we measured the rest of our shoulder length, which is what 3.25 divided by the 3.25 by 2. So when we got the middle, we connected the middle back to the bust point. We connected the middle back to the bust point. Afterwards, we said we are going to create a dart, which this is the dart you are seeing. These two darts. So towards the neckline, we took half an inch. Towards the armhole, we took 1 inch. So that's the dart. We connected these two lines back to the bust point again, creating the shoulder dart. So we now created a slanting slope. So the 1.5 inch we took as the dart here, we transferred it back to the side towards the armhole so that when we join our shoulder panel, we will not have any shortage of fabric. And to make sure our shoulder length is complete, that's the reason why we took the 1.5 back and we added 1 more inch allowance just to be on the safer side. So you just need to calculate your shoulder length and make sure everything is complete before you shaping, do your slanting slope, then you're now shaping your armhole. I hope you understand this. At this point, make sure you add your allowance all through. I'm going to cut this now, and I'll tell you how you're going to. I'll show you how you're going to add your your 0. Your allowance. Actually, yes, you're going to add 0.5, 0.5 here at the panel. I've already added 2 inches allowance at the side. So you're going to add allowance at the shoulder length too, and also at the hair, because you're going to join this front panel, the upper part towards and to the lower part too. So let's cut. This is your shoulder panel busty pattern. As you can see, this is the neckline. This is the bust point, bust point. So you're going to be adding 0.5, 0.5, half an inch, 0.5 all through. I've already added allowance here, so make sure your pattern has allowance. And you're going to remember to add your 0.5 at the shoulder line, because I didn't add it on the pattern. Once you're cutting it on your fabric, make sure you add your 0.5 allowance there, and also at the joining for your gown. I hope you understand this. I hope this is clear. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next tutorial. I'll show you how I cut and I join this pattern pieces. Thank you very much.